Students, hey, welcome, and we're going to be looking at how to build a financial model for week 2 activity. Remember that a financial model is the revenues and expenses that you think your company is going to have. And being able to build a model like this is really important so that you know and your investors know what to expect with your revenue, all your expenses, all the way down to net income. Remember that net income is just minusing revenue minus expenses. So if you plan on having $1,500 of revenue and then $500 worth of expenses, your net income would be $1,000. And that's all represented here. We have revenue, all the revenue streams coming in, and then your expenses here. And when you total those up and minus them, this is your net income here. Okay, well, this week last week we did this. We looked at a school store model where you're selling 3 products and you get your assumptions onto the spreadsheet, you build out some calculations, and then you get to total revenue and total revenue over a certain amount of days. So that's what we did last week. This week, we're going to step our game up a little bit. We're going to get a little bit more complex. And when we get more complex, I'm going to show you a cool technique to keep things managed in your head. All right. Well, let's go over the steps again. So step 1 when you're building a financial model is to gather all your assumptions, to get all your assumptions into a spreadsheet, and then to build out your calculations, and then to beautify your spreadsheet so your end product looks like this. All right. Well, this week, here's the business, just for our example. Now, what I'd like you to do is follow along with me. So literally follow along with me here. Don't build this. I'm going to show you what to build in just a second, but I really want you to open a spreadsheet. If you found last week's project challenging, then follow along with me, because by following along with me, you're going to learn, and this project's going to be a lot easier. So here is the business that you want to start. You want to own this candy machine and get this candy machine into a store where you can sell candy out of it. Well, what are your assumptions with this? Well, you know that there's 6 bins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know that it's 25 cents per buy, because that's what fits into these coin slots, 25 cents, 25, 25, 25. So these are good assumptions. You know that these are the candies you want to sell. We're missing one, so we're almost there. We got all of our assumptions, but we're missing one assumption, and that is daily sales. So here you don't know because you never own this, so you're just going to make an assumption. You're going to say, hey, I think we're going to sell 15 M&Ms, 30 Sweet Tarts, 25 gumballs, 20 Reese's, 5 bouncy balls, and 15 gumballs. So this is an assumption. You don't know this. Later on, once you start getting real numbers, you can replace these with real numbers. So we got all of our assumptions into the spreadsheet. Now, what I want you to do, what we're going to do together is we're going to create a visual representation of your candy machine in a spreadsheet. So for instance, let's do this. Let's start by saying, hey, we got bin number 1, bin number 2, bin number 3. Now, if we really want to, well, let's keep going. Bin number 4, bin number 5, and bin number 6. So we got these bins, And I can beautify it a little bit just so it looks clean. So we got our bins. Well, what do we want to, we're going to say candy, and here it's going to be M&Ms, sweet tarts. What was bin number 3 is gumballs, Reese's. Again, you should be doing this along with me. Bouncy balls and small gumballs. Again, you should be doing this with me. You're going to get the most out of what we're doing right now if you're literally opening up a spreadsheet, pressing pause, and getting out and doing this. So pause the video right now if you're not already doing this. Open a spreadsheet, type this in, and then come back to me. All right. So do you see how this is a visual representation of this? We have our bins laid out. We got our candy. What else do we know? Well, we know that it's 25 cents per. So price per purchase. And again, I'm just doing some formatting things just so it stays clear. We know that this is 0.25, and we can just type that in all the way across. 0.25, oops, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. Okay, now we need our sales per day. And we know that M&Ms were 15. We know that sweethearts were 30, 25, 25, and 15. You guys, interesting. Look at what we did. We just built a model for our revenue that looks like our real business. Now, the last thing we'll need is to calculate total revenue. Total, let's call this total daily revenue. Now what we do is we say equal sign this cell times this cell. So equal sign this cell times this side, hit enter, churn this into a dollar. So every day, bin number 1 right here, bin number 1 is going to be making $3.75 because 15 people are buying and they're spending 25 cents each. Well, we can do that for all of these. So we say equal sign this times this, $7. We say equal sign this times this. We say equal sign this times this equals this times this equals this times this. And then again, we're going to format all of these to be dollars. Wow, look at what I just did here. I just built a revenue model, and now we can beautify it, right? That's our last step, is to come in here and beautify things. Now remember, whenever we have a calculated cell, so all of these cells down here have calculations in them, what I like to do is highlight them a color so people know not to just go typing in there. And then you can just keep making this thing beautiful, right? So you can turn this like a gray and call this candy machine daily revenue. And again, what I like to do is do something a little bit darker and then bold this. So you guys can see that what I'm doing here is just beautifying this thing. Now, wonder if we wanted to say, hey, what is 14-day sales? So over the course, or let's say 30 days. What I could do is I could say time period. I could type in 30. So time period is 30. Then I could say total revenue. And then I could say equal. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? Sorry, we forgot to do one thing. We forgot to do total daily revenue. Total daily revenue. In other words, we got to take the sum of all of our bins and put it here. So I'm going to say equal sign sum, get all of my bins here. So I just, added, it's B48 to G48. Yours are going to be different because you're probably working in different cells. And I got $27.50. Let me do that again. I'm going to say equals sum, open a parentheses. Then I'm going to select all of these cells here, close the parentheses, hit enter. So total daily revenue is $27.50. Now, why is this so cool? To the lesson that I'm trying to teach you today is this. We want to build out our business in a visual way. Notice that I separated out all the bins. Because, check this out, you can come in here now and you can say, hey, you know what, M&Ms, they're actually selling 30 a day, whereas Sweet Tarts are only selling 22 a day. Oops, I changed the wrong number. No, that was the right number, I'm sorry. So you can see sales per day 30, and then you can see how it impacts my total daily revenue. You can also say, hey, guess what? Bin number 4 is out of commission. Bin number 4 is out of commission. It broke. And so we're getting 0 sales here. And you can even colorize it to emphasize that bin number 4 is out of commission. And look what it did to your revenue. It automatically calculated into your revenue. And remember, this is a calculated cell, so we like to color it. And then once you fix bin number 4, you can come back and undo it, and you can get back to like 15 sales a day, whatever it was, and it's going to impact your revenue. Now the last one is, let's say that you wanted to calculate this over a month. These are daily sales. Wonder if you wanted to do over a month. Again, this is a model, so we're going to say total monthly revenue. And you can format this. Now you're going to say equals total daily revenue times 30. So I just clicked on here, so B51 times 30. Wow, every month, based on these assumptions, you'd be making $900 off of this. Hey guys, long story short, I hope you were following along here. If you weren't, I would highly recommend that you go back and you build this, because we're going to use this for this week's challenge. Let's imagine that you want to own a laundromat. So let's read this together. You are considering buying a laundromat down the street from your house. You heard you can make good money from this business. The laundromat has the following equipment: 10 washer machines, 10 dryer machines. So washer machine, dryer. Currently, the washer machines cost $2.50 per cycle, and the dryers cost $2 per cycle. You have the washers take 30 minutes to run, and the dryers take 60 minutes to run. Your hours of operation are between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. So that's, I think, like 14 hours. So here's the thing. Use the spreadsheet to create a visual representation of the laundromat. Create a financial model showing daily revenues if customers are using the machines fully throughout the day. So just imagine you got a packed place. These machines are running nonstop from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. What would your daily revenue look like based on all of these assumptions? Now remember when we'll come back to this. So, you're going to build a spreadsheet that shows, that accurately models revenue totals. Financial model allows for your assumptions to be changed so that, this is just saying that you've built calculations and that you've answered all the questions. And here are the questions right here. Here are the questions. Now, the Be Brilliant is that you're going to make your spreadsheet look really pretty, like we've done there with the shading, etc. Now this one, and student built a visual model of the washer dryers in their spreadsheet. So again, you're building out that visual. And then lastly, when you're finished with it, please click the share button and then add my email address as an editor to your document, and then paste your link right here. So you're going to paste your link right here. So you guys, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be building a visual representation to get to total daily revenue from your laundromat. Good luck. I would say, like I told people on the call last night, this is a challenging one. This one is going to challenge you. So please don't wait on it. Jump on it. See if you can get a start. Do that first, and then if you're struggling, reach out to me, and then we can set up some time for us to work on it together. But don't wait on this. Start it today. You're going to be much happier if you start it today, because if you bump up into any issues, you'll have time to fix it. All right, guys. Well, good job, and I can't wait to see the brilliant work that you guys do.